Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
The hammer is laying right there.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Give it a second. All right, got it. Got the load some? I'll go down a little more on that.
What about up there at the top?
I can't see where you at.
At the very, very, very top.
I can't get you none of that.
Oh, okay. All right, hold it. All right, send it. Yeah. It's thick.
How bad is it look like?
Out here?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. I can polish it.
Let me hold the hammer. Watch that.
We tapping more? What's up, everybody? All right, let's see who's in here. Boy, y'all popping. TJ, Impala J, Chris, Elko, Tony, Gary, excuse me. Impala J. Boys and girls, we're cooking like a daggone crack pipe on payday. Woo! You better stop playing. All right, boys and girls, let me show you what we got going on. HYGH X420CS. I don't know who, man, I appreciate it. You in green. I appreciate it. All right, so look here. Let me show you what we got going on. Look at that cobbled up shit. No, I'm just messing with you. Look at that cobbled up. Yep. All right, so now he's in there doing that. Don't go to the light. Now I'm gonna take this handy dandy tool right here, and I'm going to get all of this body filler off all the way up to here, and we're gonna see how much of the inner fender I got left, because they have cut all the way up to there, and then we're gonna have to make a template and then mirror image it from the other side and make a whole new piece. Take the bead roller and put the stepping die and make the flange all the way like that. All right, so y'all remember we got the top off yesterday, and I appreciate everything. Yeah, it's a lot like a box of chocolates. Hey, yesterday, the top video hit 78,000 views. There were 78,000 views in 100 minutes. You boys and girls are rocking. Man, we on our way to 10,000 subs, boys and girls. So that's enough talking. Let's get her clothes off and see. Oh yeah. Something else. I got the console out. And so let's just get to it. We gotta get a little bit of this. I gotta put my glove over it so I don't get Bondo to it. Or, yeah. Let's get after it, boys and girls. Hey, somebody let me know. Somebody let me know if that's a good, y'all see good right there? Y'all let me know. Can y'all see? Hey, I welcome everybody to the chat. Everybody, no politics, no religion, no bashing, none of that stuff. Nothing belittling nobody. If somebody does something like that, the ones in the blues and the green, take care of it. Yeah.
Got all those tips right there?
Yeah. Yeah. Here, so y'all be mindful of the chat. So we good? All right. Y'all remember, everybody in the blue and the green, if you a mod, take care of the daggone craziness, you know. right, let me see. All right, let's see what we got going on. Let's catch up on the comments. Hold on.
Look, there's red.
All right, let's see. I'm trying to catch up. Trying to get caught up on the messages. Paint stripper, they don't make good paint stripper in the United States no more. Media blasting makes a mess. Matter of fact, if you want to see medium blasting, y'all stick around because the dustless blaster will be here either Thursday or Friday, probably Friday, to blast the bottom of that 63 Impala. All right, so let me show you what we got going on. So, all right, so if you knew, let me show you. If you knew, and you're just tapping in, I sprayed some chemicals on that last, purple stuff scarred them sun guns up. I gotta clean them things, but I don't understand why it done that, but nevertheless, damn it, boy. Yeah. But anyways, purple stuff killed my panels. I can't even show y'all, man. Them things, I can't even show you, man. Purple stuff. I was cleaning the engine bay trying to get the grease out of it, and the purple stuff just killed the panel, so I got to spray some acid on it to clean it. But I was trying to get all the grease off of this. Trying to get all this because I'm going to make a panel right here. What you need? All right, so this is where we're at. So somebody cut the wheel wells out for big wheels. This car had 30-inch rims on it. And if you missed the episodes last week, go tap them in where we cleaned off, where I cut all this stuff out. And now we're making new panels. Jeremiah's on the inside. He's welding it on the inside while I'm out here. So we've already got these panels made, but you can see right here where they cut. You see where they cut all this out, all the way up to there. So what I'm doing is I'm cleaning off. I'm gonna go ahead and strip this whole quarter. So, and you can see right here where some old repair was, drill a hole in it, pull it out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the camera back down and I'll check back in. You know, I like to keep my lives about 60 minutes, maybe 100 minutes. And I'm gonna try to strip as much as I can off of this over the wheel arch. The lower pieces are shipping out today, but it looks like if this is the worst part of it, this can be fixed. But if the rest of the quarter is hammered dog shit, probably just gonna order, then strip the other side and just order two new quarters. But we'll just have to cross that bridge. But you don't know what you got until you strip all the clothes off of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Moderators, keep doing a good job and keeping the chat clean. And don't let nobody get in here and get all stupid and crazy. And then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna keep, it's had a little bit of side swiping. It's got little screw holes, old school drilling and popping out. Yeah, it's, huh? I'm gonna go the whole wheel arch. No.
Hand me that 120 right
No. I'm gonna take all the, I'm probably gonna end up stripping the whole quarter. I gotta strip the whole car anyway. Huh? So I'm gonna take all this off and then I'll wipe it down with metal treat. Because if it needs a new quarter, we'll just we'll see there. But yeah, hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hey. I'm in the business of making money. So if they want to put 40-inch wagon wheels on it, I'm going to put 40-inch wagon wheels on it. Yeah. But there's one thing that I won't do. I won't do no Carolina squat. I won't do that. And I don't eat butthole. So that's two things I won't do. I ain't going to do no Carolina squat, and I ain't going to eat no butthole. So, if that's your thing, I guess that's your thing. I just don't understand, man. You know, only thing I can say, you must have got a hold of a bad peach. I mean a bad peach. If it turned you out to eat butthole, that's all I'm gonna say.
That conversation went a whole nother route.
Oh my God!
Popped up at the wrong time.
You better go back. Go back. I'm just gonna say, who cut your beard? Didn't nobody cut my beard. Didn't nobody cut my beard. These masks, they push them all up in there. Yeah. So I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. If you got a hold of a bad peach, and it turned you to the starfish, woo! Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh. Yeah, he's fine.
Everything's wetter than that.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing. If you noticed, hey, what you know about some limp biscuit, starfish, and hot dog flavored water? Come on now, Gen X is the best, baby. All right, so if you see me putting my hand on the panel, if you see I'm on here and I got my hand on. If you see me put my hand on a panel, what I'm doing is I'm feeling the heat in the panel. This is an 80 grit, or this is just like a Scotch-Brite, right? And you can get this you can get this tool right here at Harbor Freight, and if you join the club member, you can get it for $99. I know TJ's got one. This one was a gift. A subscriber actually gifted me this, and if you're watching this, I'm greatly appreciative. I really am. A subscriber gifted me this, which I'm very thankful. This is like a Scotch-Brite, right? Now they got sanding pads, they got 80 grit, they got 36 grit, they got the plastic charcoal, they got wire brush, they got all that. But this is the same pad that I've had on since I stripped the hood on OG6 and the deck lid or your bonnet on the OG6. This is the same flapper wheel. And when you see me put my hand on there, what I'm doing is I'm feeling for heat. And if it's hotter than my hand can handle, the panel's too hot and you need to move somewhere else. When you increase the heat in the panel, you're gonna create warpage. So you wanna kind of control your heat and just keep moving around. So that's why I'm jumping around and not just staying. I got this thing turned up about 3.5 on the dial. The dial will go all the way up to 6. I got it about 3.5 is where I got it on the dial. And I'm not putting pressure on the panel. I'm just letting this thing do its thing, right? So they'll last a long time. So that's when you see I put my hand on there and I'm moving it around. I'm controlling my heat, right? So I don't want to create more problems. If you get on there and try to hammer it like you're 18 years old on prom night, you're going to cause a lot of problems. boy. Damn it, boy. She deep. Woo. You got a piece of scrap metal, like a little piece. I just need a piece to. Ooh. I mean, to be honest with you, it's still within standards. I mean, it's still within margin. I mean, against popular belief, I mean, it's still within margin. I mean, you can see, hold on. It's still within margin. Woo! But yes, sir. That light come from Harbor Freight. That light come from Harbor Freight. So yeah, I don't think. Yeah, TJ, I'm with you. I don't think it needed all that. I think they just kept chasing themselves. You know what I mean? But again, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I wasn't there. Oh, TJ, look at this, TJ. Look what I did. I upgraded the welder lead, and actually got this at Tractor Supply, TJ. So right there is the ground, and there's the magnet, right? Now look at this, TJ. Look, stuck to the car, baby. You ain't gotta worry about clamping it nowhere. Hey, is that a good picture right there? Is that a good fit right there? Cause I'm gonna get back to it. Everybody in the blue, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if that's a good angle. Is that good? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Appreciate it, Gunzy. All right, we're gonna get to it. What? What? What happened? Hold on a second. What we talking about? Goddamn chicken wings? What happened? Let me get caught up. That's actually the Scotch Brite. That's actually the Scotch Brite pad. Um, all right. So I got caught up on the comments. SS, what are you talking about? That's right. JG will work on your car and sell chicken wings on the other side of the shop. SS, I don't even know what you're talking about, SS. Hey, SS, I will say this. If we sell chicken wings, you're going to have to wash your hands before you eat around here. You can't be eating it with no dirty hands. Yeah, yeah. All right, so this is where I'm at, boys and girls. This is where I'm at. Let me bring this thing down here to the. Let me bring this thing down here to the level. Yeah. So it's pretty deep. So let me say. So in my hypothesis, that's the educated guess, probably what happened is this car got sideswiped, right? It probably got sideswiped and it pushed it in right here and it caved it in. It looks like we're gonna keep going, boys and girls. Look, hold on a second, watch this. Y'all ready, boys and girls? Smoke them. All right. All right. So right here, you can see, well, you can't see it, but I can see it. The quarter comes up and then it's bubbled up here and then it's caved in here. And then you got these little screw holes all the way across. So that tells me that this car was sideswiped at one time. And what happened is this got pushed in. And then when it got pushed in, the metal right here grew, right? You got stretch, you got shrink and stretch. So when the metal got pushed in, it pushed it out here. So you got a bulge here, right? There's a bulge right here that is not supposed to be here, right? That bulge right there is not supposed to be there. So there's more metal occupying this space than supposed to be, right? Then you got a dent here. It's concaved in. This is convexed out. So you got a dent here that goes this way. And I'm sure when we keep digging up and going up to the top, it's probably going to be about right there. There's probably going to be like a valley, right? A little concave valley. And what they did was they went right here and they drilled the hole with a slide hammer and they pop. They did it old school. So this tells me that this repair was probably done maybe in the late 70s, maybe the mid 80s, somewhere in there, plus or minus. Shops stopped doing this. Well, most shops stopped drilling holes and knocking holes like that in the early 90s. But some that didn't want to learn the new way kept doing it this way. So it's an old technique. that everybody learned on. It's not the most approved method to fix stuff. Now you don't even drill holes. You have slide hammers that have spot welders on the end. You charge them, they grab a hold of it, and then you just slide the hammer and you just do small. You don't drill holes. New sheet metal is like 28 gauge thick. This stuff here, what a lot of people believe, older cars stronger. It's actually not stronger. It's just a little bit thicker metal, but it's not safer. An old car is not safer. It's actually dangerous because there's no crunch zones. It's all mild steel. In new vehicles, you got high strength steel. You got all kinds of different steel in new vehicles. You got crunch zones where it's supposed to, if you get hit in the front, it's supposed to shift all the energy away from the occupant. So old cars are not safer, they just cooler, okay? So, and the way I see it, the way it's going, it looks like this car was maybe sideswiped right here. And then they went in here to try to pull the dent and stuff out. And they got as best they could, and then they caved and paved, right? They caved and paved, right? And then they just kept adding filler. And the problem was they kept adding filler here, and it was real bulged out. And then when they got down here, it didn't line up. And that would make sure, I bet the door's the same way. The door's probably got a lot of filler in it to bring out the body line from the door, or from the edge of the door there. So we're gonna yeah, I understand that SS, but I tell you what, I'll post a video up in my link. I'll post a video up in my link of a 1963 Impala hitting a 2014 Impala, and the 2014 Impala drove right through the 63 Impala and killed everybody in there. New cars are safer than old cars. It's a fact. It's physics. I mean, I'm not doubting you didn't see what you seen, but new vehicles are made out of high strength steel and stuff like that. Yeah. So, old cars are just cooler. They just cooler. They're not safer by no means. They're just cooler. So I'm gonna get back to it. Been on there 50 minutes. I'm gonna run this thing. I'm gonna run this thing. Is Double Up Customs in here? What's up, Double Up? Double Up. Hey, let's give a congratulations to Double Up Customs, AKA Fly. Fly had an electrical issue, and he got that thing whipped, and he needs to do a video on it, at least a short, and let everybody know what you found out, man. Share that information. Share that information. Yeah, share that information. Make you a short, because it might help somebody else, Fly. I can't do a short on it because it ain't my story to tell. But you need to do a short on that and tell that story, because I promise you there's somebody right now sitting in the weeds that's probably sitting there twiddling their thumbs trying to figure out what in the hell's going on, and they don't know what's going on. So my suggestion is make a little short telling everybody what you found, because it might help somebody. So I'm gonna set this camera back up, and we're gonna keep digging. We're gonna keep digging. So we're at 51 minutes. We're gonna keep going, and I appreciate every single one of you. It's dusty. Boy, I feel like I've been down there and daggone, what's his name? SS knows his name. What's his name? Escobar. I feel like I've been down there in Escobar. Ain't that his name? Ain't that his name? What's his name? Yeah, the coke dealer. What is his name?
Escobar or something.
I feel like I've been Escobar. No, not Bondo Billy. Hey, TJ, have you noticed the feud in between the two people? I'm not going to say their name. Have you noticed that went away? I think there's something behind the scenes on that. To be honest with you, I hadn't done no digging in it because it really don't mean nothing to me. I don't care nothing about it. But I feel like Pablo Escobar. All right, boys and girls. Yeah. Hey, TJ, we'll talk about it off camera. That ain't that. This ain't that kind of show. But we'll talk about it. Man, I can't even see crap in them son of a guns. All right, boys and girls, I'm gonna finish stripping it. Hey, is that a good spot for the camera? Is that a good spot for the camera? You done killed my pie. You done killed my pie. All right.
Boy, she deep for a top, boy.
Hold on, I gotta check something. Hold on one second. Hold on. Hey, we almost to 10,000, boys and girls. We almost to 10,000. We almost to 10,000 subscribers. You boys and girls are awesome. Awesome. This is a 68 Lemans convertible, Justin. Gas pit. So what I think. Hold on, let me let Jeremiah know what I think. So what I think is this thing got side swiped and it got pushed in right here, and then they old schooled it to pull it out, and it's bulged right here. Because you know the metal goes in and it's got to go somewhere. Because right here, look, they ain't even nothing here but paint. So what they did, it looks like they just drilled holes, pulled out what they could pull, overcorrected it, and then that little concave spot right there, they just caved and paid. Woo! Look at that, boys and girls. Look at that. We're getting there. Yeah.
Make a lip in here.
Mm-hmm. To break the,
we need a little bit of,
yeah, break the edge around.
Yeah, we'll just let it cool. That one die worked pretty good.
With the tip, what'd you use? The tip and die?
I thought it was a 90
The 90 flange die?
Yeah.
But
But it makes like a, I had to go back and flatten out like the edge of it.
so
It makes it like what we're doing up here.
so I've ordered a flat skateboard wheel die for the bottom, right? And the narrow, sharp, and it's got the
Well,
dimensions.
is that what I'm doing? Look at this.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Hey, you need that other light turned on. Yeah, so I've ordered another. It's called a skateboard wheel, but it's not. I've ordered a solid wheel for the bottom, but it's like a polypropylene where it kind of gives a little bit of give. And then I've ordered a tighter, narrow tipping die to be able to do more. You funny, Nathan. Yeah, you funny. Yeah, okay. Yeah. What's up, Randall? Yeah. Hey, welcome everybody to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I greatly appreciate you. We on our way to 10,000. 10,000, boys and girls. 10,000. All right, I want to show you something, fam. Look here. Look here. That is the original color of the car. See that dark blue? That, y'all see that? That is the original color of the blue. Remember I told y'all when I was in there cleaning this wheel well out, and I told you there was a dark blue? Right there is the original color of this car, dark blue. And the reason why I know that is because, remember I told y'all, all the way up, I don't know when the years it got cut off, everything had red oxidized primer underneath it over bare. So you had a black epoxy, and then you had red oxidized primer, right? Red oxidized primer, and then you had the color, which would have been single stage. And most of everything back in the day had PPG or Ditzler, which was single stage. This car was a single stage color, no metallic. It was a solid color. There's the original color with red oxidized primer underneath it. So what they did is when this thing got hit at some time, you can see the body filler. Bondo is a brand, so it's body filler, and they put it right over top of the original color, and then they done everything, and then they painted it this turquoise blue. So the car looks like to me, and then if you look right here, you got primer or epoxy. It's probably primer, and then you got the body color, and then you got a layer right there between point A and point B. There's another coat. So it was recoated, it was repainted at some time, and there is your separating line between there and there from a different color. So this car's actually been painted 3 times. So you got the blue, the original, and then you got the bodywork, then the primer, and then you see the separating line. You got this color, and then if you look right there, you got another faint paint line right there, which is another color. So it's not too bad. I mean, I've seen cars, some of them be like 16, 17 paint jobs. But that's where we're at on that. So I'm gonna set the phone back up. And I'm gonna finish stripping this right here. You got something? You just chilling?
Wait.
Just waiting. He said he was. He's in the zone.
We'll go cut us a strip. We may not even. I'll wait.
What?
I'll wait before I cut a strip.
I'm hoping the rest of the quarter's in good shape because I really don't want to put a quarter on this thing. I mean, I could fix all this. Really don't, because see, the bad thing about it is this thing's a convertible and the quarter is like major structural. Like, if we would have to put a quarter on this thing, we'd have to get it on the floor, level it up, take all the interior out, take 2x2 tubing or 1x1 tubing and brace up the whole car, brace up the bottom of the car, so make an exoskeleton to keep it in shape before you cut the quarter off. And we would have to cut the quarter off about, I don't know, about 3/4 below the body line, because I'm sure they don't make a quarter for a convertible. It's probably a hard top, and you have to cut the hard top, so you're gonna have to buy the whole quarter and then cut the top off.
You look up from in there, it looks like
Somebody's already put a quarter on it?
No, it looks like from here that way is where the body is.
Where it got sideswiped and pushed and drove out.
You see like where the beat on this thing?
Oh yeah.
That's all that.
Well, that would conclude what.
It's getting thinner.
Yeah, cause see right up here, there's no filler. There's nothing. It starts right here. It's right on that brow right there, all the way across.
It don't look like there's any damage really here other than rust.
I think this thing was sideswiped, and they might have replaced the door. I don't know, unless when we strip this door, if the door's blue, then it's an original door. But if the door's a different color, then they replaced the door. But right here is not kinked. So right here at the body, right here at the seam, it's not kinked. So that tells me that it must have got hit right here. and pushed and then drove out. Or they might have hit one of them concrete bolsters at the gas station.
Dude was drag racing and lost.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get this out of your way, dude.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, Nathan, that's what I'm talking about. The cell panel on a convertible is non-existent. So I hadn't even researched to see if you could get an order for a convertible. I know they don't make bed sides for a K5 Blazer. You have to buy a long bed side for a pickup truck. You have to cut it and shorten it, and make it fit. Because when we was at Petty's, we had a K5 Blazer that we got two bed sides from AMD, and then we had to cut them to make them fit, because at the time in 2017, 2016, at that time they didn't make bed sides for a K5 Blazer. Now they might make them now. Hey, would you get one of them fans and set it right there so it blew that way? Please. Kills my ears, man. Oh, that's good. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we've been on here 85 minutes. 85 minutes. So that's a little longer. I usually go like 60 minutes, but hold on. Come on. Come. There you go. So we've been on here for about 85 minutes, so I'm going to take just a second. I'm going to take... Damn it, Gimbal, where are you going, man? Get back. All right, now, I'm fixing to throw you in the trash can. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let me get caught up on the comments. I'm going to throw this son of a gun in the trash. All right, hold on. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. All right. All right, so, yeah, I need my cameraman back. All right, so let me catch up on the comments. The last 10 minutes. So we at 85 minutes, so we're going to go to 100 minutes. So if anybody's got any questions, comments, drop them down in there, and I'll get caught up. And then I got a few things I got to do. I got to make some phone calls. I got a tech support call at 3 o'clock I got to handle, I think. And then I'll get back live and we'll strip the rest of the quarter. So let me get caught up on the comments. I know, right, Mac? I appreciate everybody tapping in, man. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Hey, hit that subscribe button. Hit that. No, actually, it's a contour sander A+. It's actually a contour sander, and Harbor Freight has one too as well. And if you're a club member, you can get the one at Harbor Freight for $99. That one right there is from Eastwood. Everybody. Well, that's cool, JJ. Appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, Gary, that dust gets in every crevice like stripper glitter, man. That stuff's everywhere. Yeah, I got boots on, Carolina. I got boots on. I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, I didn't have no gloves on though, Carolina. I didn't have no gloves. I can't wear no gloves. Hold on a sec. Health and safety team getting a stroke right now. I had on my stuff. I had on my PPE. Oh, yeah, I got to wash it. Oh, okay. All right, I'm caught up on the comments because I remember that one. Let's see. Let's see if there's any new. Hey, I appreciate it, Mac. What's up, Beanie from Dallas? I appreciate every single one of you, man. I really do. So it is almost 2 o'clock here on the East Coast. It's actually really, really nice here today. It was like 57 degrees. So what I'm going to I'm going to run this live to 100 minutes. So we at 90 minutes right now, so 10 minutes. If we keep getting a lot of stuff in here. Like I said, we're going to run this thing for 100 minutes. I usually run the lives for 60. I appreciate every single body in here. It's 2 o'clock, so like I said, I got a tech call. I do tech calls too, so I got a tech call here in a little bit. It's scheduled for 3, but I'm going to see if I can do it before 3. And then what I'll do is I'll charge my phone. It's at 40% right now. I'll charge it and the little gimbal that I got my phone on, and then I'll come back at 3 o'clock. And after I get caught up on missed calls and text messages and emails and tech support, I got a tech call I got to do, like I said. And then we'll come back and we'll go live again, and we'll see if we can, I'll take that badge off before camera starts, and then we'll see if we can strip the rest of the panel. The rest of the panel should strip pretty easy. I think the major part of all the body filler was right here. I really think this car got sideswiped, and they went right through here and they pulled out the dent, and then it's concaved here and it's convexed here. And up here, it didn't hardly have any filler. So all the filler was kind of concentrated here. So I think they built up the filler here and then just had to bring it down to nothing here. There's a dent right there too as well. I can probably get behind this, behind the window tray, and probably hammer most of this stuff out. I really don't want to put a quarter on this thing. I got to do some research on quarters versus hard tops and coupes and convertibles. Like I said, these lower panels, I bought the last 2 in stock, according to the place I ordered them from, and they shipped out today. So these lower panels are coming, and like I said, I'm gonna strip this. We worked on this morning, just a little bit. Jeremiah was here for just a couple hours, so he's gone now. He goes back to Virginia in September, and he's gone for a month. So a couple hours a day, he comes down here and helps me just a little bit. So made these panels, got these panels welded in. So tomorrow, we'll get some other stuff. Y'all seen we started making the wheel arched. Yeah, Nathan, I mean, honestly, man, to be honest with you, man, honestly, this car is actually good, man. Only rust that I've actually found, Nathan, is that rust right there. That's the only rust that I've actually found in the car. The rest of the car is actually pretty good. That's self-inflicted. That's self-inflicted. Man, I can't even believe my wheel wells. See, we got to fix this side over here too. Got to fix this side over here too. I can't believe my wheel arches. I guess that purple stuff, man, I guess that shit don't like. So I'm going to spray some metal treat on there, and that'll clean it up. But, man, them things look terrible. Yeah, I got to clean them things back up. So, yeah, something set there. So, I cleaned all this up with purple stuff. Like, I diluted it. You know, I did it like 10 to 1, 10 parts water, 1 part purple power. And I sprayed all this. I usually use mean green, but they were out of mean green. And mean green is kind of not really aggressive. So I guess that purple power, man, I guess that shit ain't no joke. So I got all the oils and stuff off of this because we're going to make a panel. We're going to make a bead roll panel right here as well. And probably just run this, probably run a panel up like this and then notch it out and then roll a piece and then weld it and cover all this up. This has to be left because that's the hood spring for the hood right there. You see where, let me take this son of a gun off. Hold on, y'all. All right, let me fix this gimbal. This gimbal's going damn stupid, banana crazy. So this is where that lands at right there. So we think about making a panel there. Yeah, I'm looking at one Elko. I'm really looking at one, but I don't want a cheap one. You know what I mean? So I don't mind spending the money for a good one. So, man, I can't believe it. I'm going to have to spray some metal acid on there to clean all that crap off. But I want to make a panel right here to cover this up and then roll a piece there and then weld it, make it in 2 pieces and then make it look like one. I think it's got enough room there if I keep it real tight and then make the panel break down and come over. And then all this will be bead rolled. So all this will tie in together. And I think that'll be really, really good. I got to pull this air conditioner unit off and chunk it because it ain't for the car. But like, TT, get your ass on somewhere. Get now. Get now. You ain't going to get up here and shit on my concrete. Get. So that's where we're at on that. Yeah, the oils. Yeah, that was, I was cleaning last night and I washed the wife's car and I was doing some stuff, and I cleaned that, and I said, let me get this oil off of this, blah, blah. It's okay, it's fine. It ain't nothing a little Scotch-Brite can't fix. But like I say, we got like 4 more minutes. Anybody got any questions, comments, concerns? Ask the question, man. I mean, if it's car related, ask it. There's never no stupid question. Do I think this is a bad repair? No, I just think they did the best they could at the time they had it. So, I mean, I've seen worse and I've seen less. So, it doesn't matter. Either way, I can fix it. So that's that. Where can I get a set of those? Those, gunny wheel, right there. Just Google it. Gunnywheel.com. These are 45s. Yeah, these are 45 S's. These will fit like 15 different patterns. They're about $200 a piece, so they're about $1,000 a set. But they'll fit a bunch of different vehicles. They'll hold about 1,300 pounds. They're 5 mile an hour max. They got these little bump stops right here to keep it from rolling, and they're hard plastic, or whatever you want to call it. Like a forklift tire. So, I mean, I can drive them in and out, whatever. Got them on the Impala. Got them on that in there. Got them on that G-body down there. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, I need to be a damn dealer for them and start selling them. I might look into that today, Carolina. I'm gonna start. I need to find out if I can be a dealer for Gunny Wheels and say, hey, get your Gunny Wheels here today in the peach capital. Get 2 oranges, peaches, and wheels. Let's go. No. You're right, TJ. Look, here's the thing, man. A lot of people talk crap to people. We got 3 minutes. A lot of people talk crap to people on how they do stuff. But here's the thing, man. Everybody started somewhere, even myself, right? It ain't like I just woke up one day and I was doing all this and I knew what I was doing. Like Gene Winfield said, my late friend Gene Winfield, every day is class day. The day you stop learning is the day you stop breathing. The day you stop learning is the day you become closed-minded. So every day is class day. So, for example, I've seen a lot of damage on a lot of vehicles. You know, I've taught it at the college. I've seen a lot of beat and bang. I've studied physics. I've studied all that. So I'm not saying that that's exactly what happened to this car, but if you know how metal reacts to force and impact, because, you know, wherever there's an action, there's an opposite reaction. I think this vehicle was hit right here. I think it was pushed in right here on this crevice, and they pulled it out. This is bulged in. That's concaved in. This is convexed out. You have like a S motion here. You got a dent right here where that's pushed in, where when this got pushed out, that sucked that in, but it's not an oil can because it's just sucked in. So am I 100% right? No. And am I saying no? But that's why I think that's what's happened, because if you know how metal reacts when you get force put into it, physics, you know, I took like 3 or 4 years of physics. So that is my hypothesis. And if you know what a hypothesis is an educated guess. So does that mean it's factual? No. Does it mean it's wrong? Absolutely not. But you had to learn somewhere. So I learn every day. Now, I don't ask a lot of questions on YouTube because I just don't. I go to my books, I start reading, I start researching, I go to reputable sites, I go to my textbooks. I still go back to my school textbooks, even though I'm not in that class no more. I still go back and refresh myself, because there's no way that a person can remember everything. There's no way. Your brain processes things different. I mean, like you can walk by and get and smell a smell of something, like, and then a memory come back and a thought come back just like that, you know. So nobody can remember everything. But somebody can remember some things. You know what I mean? So it's always good to write down stuff, keep your books, go back, study your book. A lot of people get textbooks and they're, I don't need that shit no more, and they throw it in the dumpster. Well, man, you just throw knowledge away in the trash. You know, I got books from the daggone 50s, you know, and I might have to, I mean, In a couple of weeks, I think it's a 25 or a 28. I'm not sure. It's in the 20s. A Packer pickup truck with a straight 8 in it, and the guy wants me to get it running. He said, everything else works. I just need you to get it running. So that's going to be here in a couple of weeks, and y'all boys and girls are going to get to see that. A 1920s model Packer pickup truck and a straight 8. And I don't know how many out there has worked on a 1920s Packer straight 8. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research to see what all pray tells into that, but that's what we're going to do. Yeah, throwing books away. I remember I put them in the bag class yesterday. So, if anybody ain't got no other questions, I appreciate every single one of you, man. We got 116 thumbs up. It looks like the moderators did a good job on patrolling the chat and the feed. I don't see anything bad. If it was, I guess you guys took care of it. Now look, the hair on my leg is not food. That's something gonna come up here and picked the daggone. So this chicken right here is a Polish hen, and she is a mean son of a gun. Look, I gotta wash again today. She is a mean son of a gun. She will eat rats, frogs, lizards. She is, hey, get your ass out of there. She is a mean son of a gun, boy. If you barefoot, look, not me, but when the wife is out here in her daggone flip-flops, she comes up and tries to eat her toes. She thinks her toes are worms or something, or grubs. I don't know. Oh yeah, TT's supervisor. She's about to call HR. Oh yeah. So yeah. So I appreciate every single one of you. It's a beautiful day. It sure is. The big eye in the sky's out. It was 57 degrees this morning. All right, boys and girls, I appreciate every single one of you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get back on at 3 o'clock and we'll finish stripping the rest of it. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Remember what I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road and don't worry about the man down the road. Sweep it off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first at Loose and Drag. Peace, love, and chicken grease. I'm out.